Hello everybody, I am the Linkzilla, and welcome back to Doom 3. When we last left off, we met up with Sarge, now known as Sabaoth. The thing about it is that Sabaoth sounds like a very religious name, and yet I can't seem to find it anywhere in the Bible. And when I look it up, the only search results I get come from this game, and a character from the Star Wars Expanded Universe, Joruus Sabaoth, a very powerful Jedi Master who potentially had the power to stop Darth Sidious. But anyways, we're basically heading into the final areas of Doom 3, because now all we have left to deal with is Betruger. So let's find that two-faced son of a snake and bring him down, shall we? This is the way we came in. And this is where Sarge was hiding. Welcome to the mess hall. Ugh. Torso. I have a feeling that I'm gonna start going into the bowels of this place, trying to find my way to the archaeological dig site. And finding secrets of what it is they've been really doing here. Ah! Whew. You guys are gonna have to forgive me if I'm not all that talkative. I just got off work and, well, I've had a very long day. It's not exactly been a hard work day. It was actually quite easy, and that's kind of what made it a lot more frustrating because, well, the reason why I had a long day is because, as I mentioned in a few videos ago, I had to basically, wake up early in the morning to go to work and basically, let's sit in on a breakfast meeting. And they provided us breakfast from their new breakfast menu and whatnot, but we also participated in a raffle, and I even drew one of the names out of the hat, and my name just wasn't pulled, and that's why I hate raffles. I never win at raffles, so I just basically felt it was just a waste of my time because I'm not even going to be working the shifts where all these changes take place, and I'm certainly not the kind of customer that is going to eat our breakfast menu there because, I mean, no offense, but they just don't do the eggs right. Hell Knight. Oh well. So he came out of the floor, but where's the hole he came out of? Anyway. Oh, there it is. Man, he was farther back than I thought. And the fact that I couldn't friggin' find the rocket launcher is just gain security clearance for all Site 3 areas. Are we already at Site 3? Anyways. I'm really not looking forward to work, you guys, because, well, I'm pretty sure that nobody from work watches this, so I'm pretty sure that nobody from work even really knows I even have a YouTube channel. Or if I've told them, they basically said, yeah, we'll totally, like, look in on it, like, sincerely, but then they just never get around to it. I don't think that I'm important enough in people's lives to actually look up content that I make on YouTube. Hell, even one of my professors said that they wanted to look me up on YouTube, but I'm glad that they didn't. Because I basically complain a lot about going to class, like, a lot. The point that I want to make is that basically we have one manager. We basically have two types of managers. We basically have, like, employees who get promoted to assistant managers, and we also basically have general managers. Now, the general managers are basically who you'd expect, and who you'd expect to more or less be the managers, and basically the boss that pretty much everyone that works in the store has to answer to. And effectively, they are no fun. Yep. Basically, I've been working at this job for like 5 years. I've had the same general manager, and he's just been absolutely no fun. Worst of all, he basically gets on everybody's case when things aren't done by the book, even though, like, even if we're not doing them by the book, that's because we're doing them more efficiently than how the book tells us to do them. And basically, he's one of those guys where it's like, if we're not busy with customers, find something to do. And it's like, sometimes we just don't really want to do anything like that. It's just like, we want to basically just clock out and enjoy the silence, you know what I'm saying? How are you not dead? Now, basically speaking, like, the thing about it is, the general manager has actually... He's sort of basically, his position at the store has been a bit tenuous as of late, as basically we were told about a year ago that he was given a promotion to where he's now the general manager of multiple stores and not just our store. And so he basically, like, barely shows up at our store anymore, and whenever he does show up, he's usually gone very quickly. And I like that, because it's easier not to deal with him. Now, the thing about it is, while he was gone, and one of the assistant managers got put in charge, and he's a really chill guy. He's basically the kind of guy that's like, hey, basically as long as you guys do your job while you're here, I don't care what you do when you have some downtime. Basically, he's chill like that. He just basically, like, keeps the store running, but he lets his employees just basically do what they want during their downtime. Basically, like, if he sees you on your phone, like, basically while you're working, he's not going to basically scold you about it, because he wants to be on his phone, like, with his phone as well, so he's not going to give you crap if you want to plug your phone into the wall and charge it, or if you want to make a call, or even if you want to watch something on your phone. And quite frankly, I really liked that, because when he was in charge of the store, being at work suddenly became a whole lot easier, and to the point where I was basically able to we would get a lot of customers, and it would get boring having to deal with the customers, especially, like, you deal with one customer, but the people up front haven't dealt with their customer yet, so your customers are now waiting in a line. The fact that they wait for so friggin' long is that sometimes the line takes several minutes to move, and it's like, you get frustrated having to sit there and watch that, so wish that you could watch something better. So I pull up my phone and just watch something of my own, something that's, like, entertaining. And it's not even like I'm basically doing it to distract myself. Well, I am doing it to distract myself, but it's not distracting. I basically still do my job. I really mostly just do it as a means of making sure that time passes, because basically speaking, like, you guys know about the phenomenon that time literally moves more slowly when you're not doing something you enjoy. And there have been whole times where I swear half an hour goes by before I'll look at the clock, but only 10 minutes will have passed from the time I last checked the clock. So that's legitimately how this relativity bullshit feels like sometimes. What is that thing trying to do? Anyway, the point of this story that I'm trying to convey is that, well, it basically, like, knowing that I have, like, say, a movie playing on my phone, a movie that basically I know the timestamp of, I know basically, like, at what time and what point the movies will get to where they are, that helps the time go by. It helps the time go fast a whole lot quicker. Because it's like, now I have definitive proof that time is moving. It's not the universe playing a trick on me. So, anyways, the problem is that recently my manager, well, not only this, but our company got bought out by another parent company, and now that this new company owns us, they're making some changes. This looks like a battle arena. Yeah. Where'd these candles come from? You know what? I really want to try this. Dang it. So, the new company owns us, and everybody's all paranoid about pleasing them and whatnot, so now there's a whole new set of books, a whole new set of regulations that we're going to have to start following, and it's all just very frustrating, because not only do I have the general manager around a whole lot more often, his boss is also around a lot more often. Usually this guy only shows up maybe once or twice a year to basically do inspections, but he shows up far too often now. And I'm just basically left thinking, why are you here? Please don't be here. If you catch me while I'm on my phone, you're gonna give me hell, so just please go away. That kind of stuff. I really just don't like it when basically, like, people who can shut me down and are gonna give me crap are at the store. I much rather prefer working basically a lot more casually, where I basically, like, with the assistant manager, with him being in charge, I feel a greater sense of mutual respect between us. That he's basically my boss, but I still basically can still see him as an equal, and he sees the same way as me. He's willing to work with me a lot more than the general managers are. So, now that the general manager is being around a whole lot more often, a few months ago, he was actually in a car accident, and he survived, but his arm and leg are pretty banged up, and he's going to need surgery on them. And I'm left thinking, wow, this is okay, because, like, this means he's going to be, like, gone a lot more, because he can't really work until he fully recovers. So I thought that this was going to be a good thing, and don't get me wrong, I'm not really sadistic, I'm not callous. Basically, I'm glad that he's still okay. The problem is that he's now officially going in for surgery, I think within the next 9 days, and because they have transferred in to this new company, they've instead basically decided that while he is in recovery for surgery for the next 2 months, they're going to have a new general manager come in and basically take over affairs of this place while we are basically, like, waiting for him to recover. And the problem that I have with that is that, well, for the one thing, this new manager, he's got the same name as the old manager, and that's kind of annoying, but also the fact that once again, I have somebody basically hovering over me, making sure that I'm doing my job by the book, instead of doing the job efficiently and as quickly as possible, and basically just trying not to basically kill myself throughout the day. The point of what I'm trying to get at is that this situation is just really irritating. Like, friggin'... The worst part about it is the new manager isn't a bad guy, and he seems very nice, very friendly. He seems to like me a whole lot. We've joked around. We basically have bonded a little bit. But every single time I see him and he basically comes up and talks to me, I just basically think, oh God, please go away. I just don't want you here. It got to the point where I got excited that he had to leave at some point during the day to go to, I guess, the bank, because then I could basically have my phone out unencumbered. So then basically the problem is I've worked at my job for the last 5 years. I've built up so much good credit that the people who work there, they know me, and more importantly, my bosses, they trust me. So basically, like, it used to be that at the end of every single shift, they would count up my drawer, and I would have to stand by and count up and basically make sure that the drawer was 100% correct before they would let me leave. Now, the thing about it is, if the drawer comes up short, they'll just take it out of my paycheck anyway. So why is it that I have to stay there and basically, like, basically make sure that it's accurate with them? Because, effectively speaking, like, they're not going to believe anything that I say anyway, even though I said they trust me. But the point is, they've trusted me for a long time. I've worked there for 5 years, haven't basically been short, basically never really been short. I'm definitely not stealing from them. So the point of what I'm trying to get at here is that over the years, they basically stopped doing that. The managers, every single time they pulled my drawer, they stopped basically having me stay and holding me up to where they make sure that my drawer is counted. But this new guy, this new manager, he basically does things by the book, so we basically are back to counting up the drawer, me staying at work until the drawer is counted. And that really friggin' irritates me, because it's like, not only did basically, like, I have to get up out of bed super early, not only did I have to go to work for a breakfast meeting super early, and then I basically, hours before my shift began, I basically had to not only stay an extra hour past what I'm supposed to be working, because I told them that my schedule has to end at this certain time, and I don't like it when my schedule changes. Basically speaking, they didn't even know that I was supposed to get off at the time that I was supposed to get off until I reminded them. They thought that I was going to stay later, and I'm like, no, the schedule says I get off at this time. So basically, they didn't pull my drawer until like 15 minutes after I was supposed to get off shift, and then they hold me up for me to stand there and count my drawer, and I hadn't eaten since breakfast, so I was pretty hungry. Basically, I decided to order some food. Took them forever to friggin' make my sandwich, and the worst part about it is, I even checked the drawer to make sure that we had the supplies to make the sandwich that I wanted, and they just sat there. It wasn't until, like, basically the guy who took my order literally looked at the girl making the sandwich and basically told her to make the friggin' sandwich. So, worst part about it is, that wasn't even all that good a sandwich either. That's what's so ironic, because, basically speaking, I'm using a whole lot of vague language here because I really don't want to basically get into specifics. Mainly because I really don't want to talk about what it is that what my job actually is. So, thing about it is that they basically had this breakfast meeting to basically get us a chance to try the new food on their menu, and basically, like, so that we can recommend stuff to the customers. I've been working the same job for 5 years, and I gotta say, there's not a single damn thing that our menu offers that I would actually recommend to the customers. Not basically because things taste bad, even though I don't think they particularly taste good, no. I think that it's ultimately because of the fact... It's ultimately more or less because of the fact that our food is too damn expensive. Why the heck would I basically pay to eat here when I could literally go up the street to, say, basically any of our other competition places and get something at a much more decent price? You see, you guys keep increasing the prices on our food, and the customers have been complaining about that for years. It basically costs $4 just to get one single sandwich. And I'm just left thinking, you guys really want us to bring in more customers? Lower the prices. That looks like a shotgun, but those look like armor shards. Do you insert the armor shards into the shotguns? Is that why our shotguns are so weak in this game? Because friggin' the armor shards don't belong in the friggin' shotgun? You're stuffing the armor shards in the shotgun? Oh, I think I get it. I think these are meant to be Easter eggs from the original Doom game, because that looks like the ammunition clip pickup, and that looks like the original Doom shotgun. What is this? Location, administration, status online, status offline, Mars City. Comm center, status operational, status offline, Delta. Status offline administration, yep. Everything's going to hell, basically. Status power failure. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Richard. What can you tell us, Dick? Discovery in the ruins. Okay. Malcolm Betruger, Discovery in the Ruins. Mr. Davis, I received word of your discovery. Very impressive start. But I am not yet convinced. Do not lose sight of the bigger picture. We still have a lot of work to do before any of these findings will be ready for distribution or publication. Analysis must continue on the remaining artifacts. Your audio reports in the future need to be more analytical and less emotional. It is important that we all maintain our professionalism and do not become biased or too attached to our work. I do not want to remind you of this again. Continue to forward me your findings, and I will help you manage the reports so as not to give corporates the wrong impression. Malcolm Betruger. I feel like Betruger is the kind of guy that would basically start his signature with Dr. Malcolm Betruger. That's Mr. Dr. Malcolm Betruger to you, buddy. Ruin safety concern. Lowell Fauché. Hey, Dick. Structural integrity of the ruins is deteriorating. Our initial rock form and in-ground analysis prior to deep underground exploration inferred no immediate dangers. In fact, the ruin structure itself was determined to be very sound. As you already know, the expansive underground digs of this nature are an engineering nightmare. The heightened pressure to open up the primary dig site was a dangerous oversight, and just recently, one of our engineers, Peter, got crushed by a falling brick. Yep, those huge stones lining the entire wall and ceiling of the ruins. Some of the guys are mumbling about the walls being alive or something, but you and I know it's just the horizontal stretching of the regional tectonic stresses. Heh, stones. Alive. Spooky. I think we all need a long vacation. Anyway, watch your step and don't forget to look up once in a while. Fortunator out. Fauchinator out. Tablets are the key. Pierce Rogers. Hey, Pierce. It's been a while since we've heard from him. Pretty sure that we've had Rogers before. Or maybe not. Maybe he was in one of the other emails, but we haven't found his PDA yet. Mr. Davis, I received word of your Richard, I want to thank you for your industrious support of the work being conducted here. I have been compiling your data along with the mine and have made some startling new discoveries. I firmly believe your work with the tablets are the key to solving the mysterious relationship between the Soul Cube, the Ancients, and us. I am sending word to the Executive Council for an immediate increase of our research budget. I have a strange feeling that we must find the answer soon, or... No, I dare not say it just yet. I will contact you post-haste with any news regarding our finding. November 10th, 5 days ago. You know, this 2145 date is going to become a serious problem when it comes to continuity. I'll get to that in a future video.
This is the Scientific Journal of Dr. Richard Davis, dated August 8, 2145. We've just broken through to a new chamber, and I think I found the map alluded to on one of the tablets. The artifact is constructed into the ceiling, and it is a magnificent find. It appears to be made of some crystalline material, and even after all this time, it is still emitting a soft glow. The markings on it were strangely familiar when I first...
Maggot! Know that there's another imp here. There it is. Okay, you guys found a map, an artifact built into the ceiling.
This is the Scientific Journal of Dr. Richard Davis, dated August 8, 2145. We've just broken through to a new chamber, and I think I found the map alluded to on one of the tablets. The artifact is constructed into the ceiling, and it is a magnificent find. It appears to be made of some crystalline material, and even after all this time, it is still emitting a soft glow. The markings on it were strangely familiar, and after digitizing it, this is a magical solar system. It seems to show a connection between Mars and Earth. My current working theory is that the last survivors used the teleportation technology to escape to Earth. The ramifications of this are overwhelming. This may end up proving that we are actually descendants of this race, and what we are exploring is our own history. I'm going to report my findings as soon as we finish the excavation, and they should show up in corporate within a few days. These are truly exciting times. Log out.
I wonder how I feel about the story that they're trying to tell with this game. The idea that basically the Martians had to escape to Earth, and that the earliest humans to arrive on Earth were actually descendants of the Martians. So it's interesting, but I just don't know how I really feel about it 100%. It's possible that maybe human beings had already started to evolve on Earth if Mars at one point was similar enough to Earth. Though, with the smaller planet, lighter gravity, I feel like the Martians would be a bit delicate if they were here. So, they'd be like us, but they wouldn't be the same as us, not one-to-one. So, maybe if they arrived on Earth during the time of the Neanderthal, they could basically have mated with Neanderthals, and basically maybe that's where human beings, Homo erectus, came from. That's us. So, though it is interesting, it seems like most sci-fi stories that I know of always play around with the idea that Mars was once habitable, and habited, much like Earth. And in fact, it's weird because, like, in one story that I know, Ghidorah was the one who destroyed Mars. That was either just a pipe exploding or somebody shot a missile at me. I feel like that's the room that I've been looking for the entire game, and the presence of the tablets just confirmed that for me. I thought I heard gunfire.
Our assumption is that time has removed all but what we Our researchers are still analyzing.
Although, considering that, pretty sure that some of the demons and mutants here are basically like corrupted humans that mutate into these things, that would also explain how they're able to become these things, because it's basically a part of the genome, I suppose.
Subsequent examination of the surrounding area and carbon dating of the tablets brought UAC researchers to the conclusion that the tablets belonged to a civilization that existed millennia ago and were placed in a holy burial ground of some sort. Utilizing the best minds in linguistics and UAC proprietary pattern recognition software, the tablets were exhaustively examined. What we found was fantastic. The first tablet provided us with a wealth of scientific data, specifically detailing the mathematical concepts behind teleportation.
It's
UAC
him.
researchers use this information as the cornerstone
You see,
for building the Delta
basically this
teleportation
tablet is
devices.
meant to be an Easter egg because that's the original box art for the original Doom, as well as the Doom guidebook, which I also had at one point. But this also lends credence to the theory that Doom Guy can eventually will be shown to be traveling through time, because that's him. He's wielding the cube. That's John. So, maybe the conflict with Argent Denor happened centuries ago, and John was there for it.
Where we do not know, although it seems to reference a map we have yet to locate. To date, there remains no evidence of any type of invasion at any of the sites. Our assumption is that time has removed all but what we now see, setting new standards in both archaeological discovery and analysis. The UAC is proud to showcase the latest findings of...
Are you sure you killed them? What? You
could-
have the soul cube.
Could have killed
Just
you.
like in the carvings I've been researching. If I'm correct, that cube is our only chance to stop this. No time to explain now. You need to get to the caverns quickly. Take my PDA. It's
Yeah.
right there on the desk.
Yeah, I'm
It's
trying
got
to...
security codes for the area, and my research logs on it. It'll help. I can't go with you. I need to finish my work here. Good luck.
Doc, I'm just saying, if you're still here, and I finish this job, you're probably gonna miss the boat out of here.
I'm locking the door after you leave. Good luck.
Well, they come through the walls. Hope that glass is shatterproof.
I'm so close to discovering everything, I can't leave. I'm staying here to continue my research.
Alright. See ya, neighbor. Get it? Mr. Rogers, neighbor. Video disc. Got the PDA of Pierce Rogers. Finally found him. I think it's time I give these bastards a little hell. First, I want to go personal. Find the Hell Gates.
This is Dr. Pierce Rogers, lead archaeologist currently stationed on Mars. As the preliminary reports have suggested, we have made some amazing discoveries here on Mars. Life on Mars has long been theorized, but we never imagined anything like this. The initial chamber was discovered in 2115. It leads into what is now known as Site 1. Site 1 is the largest of the sites, and we are still actively working there. It is made up of a series of chambers and connecting tunnels, all of which are covered in glyphs and symbols. Using the UAC pattern processor, we have finally been able to understand some of the glyphs, and from them, here is what we have learned. The ancient people looked like us, at least to the extent that they were bipedal and were similar in shape and size. Their level of technology was astounding. For instance, the glyphs at each site were carved into the rock by some sort of machine, and each one is precisely cut from the stone. It far exceeds the precision of anything we can do. They had a social structure that seemed very aristocratic, with a lot of emphasis on social stature and structure. Site 2 is a much smaller set of chambers, mostly containing burial sites, temples, and various amounts of individual artifacts. This site has been photographed and cleared out, and all material is back on Earth for study and review. Site 3 produced our prize artifact, what we call the Soul Cube. If you have read or seen the other material, you probably know that this once grand civilization was attacked by some unknown force. And if we can believe what is written in stone, they sacrificed most of their society to drive the invaders back. There are additional reports filed on the Soul Cube with Central Administration. We also recovered several other device-type artifacts. They are not as ornate as the Soul Cube, but each appears unique. We are still learning how to interpret all of the glyphs, and hopefully, once we have that completed, the science teams can provide more detailed information on their technology. And these are truly unique and special times for archaeologists.
I feel like the other video disc should be lying around somewhere nearby. Richard Davis, scanner results. Pierce, the scanner results for the ceiling carving are back, and I can say without a doubt this is a map of our solar system. There's a very clear indication that Earth may have been a possible teleportation destination for the survivors of this race. If the dates on these artifacts are correct, there's a distinct possibility that we could be descendants of this race. I can barely comprehend how immense this is. All the struggles we've had in the past year suddenly become trivial. Richard. Timmy Rogers. Please tell me that's not his son. Please tell me that's not your kid. Oh, Uncle. Well, that's just as bad. He's dead anyway. Uncle Pierce, Mom says we're going to see you next month. I can't wait. You've been away for so long. I hope your project is going well. I know you can't tell me about it, but your work always sounds so exciting and mysterious. Working on Mars must be really cool. Thanks for sending me the video games for my birthday. Have you tried these? The new Quake 43. The new Quake 43 game blows my mind. It's even better than the Super Turbo Turkey Puncher. I haven't played that since I got these new ones from you. I love you, and we miss you lots. Timmy. P.S. Mom says hi. Oh, Quake. That's another game basically developed by id Software, kind of like I'd say the spiritual brother of the Doom franchise, and they cross over. So, server mail failure. The Soul Cube is the answer. Let's see, to Elizabeth McNeil. That name sounds familiar. I mean, we have found her PDA. It is a weapon. Oh. Yep. 725. Okay. So, to Elizabeth McNeil, I can now only beg your forgiveness. You were right about everything. I wish that you had been wrong and that this had somehow been a nightmare that I will soon wake from. Now I can only pray that this message reaches you. Betruger is mad, and things have gone worse than you could have imagined. Now your banishment from Mars has become a blessing in disguise. It has likely saved your life. You must get the word out. The answer is the Soul Cube object. It always has been. Listen to my report. I will upload my findings to the databank. Warn them all. You must not let this spread to Earth. God bless you, Pierce. He knows he's not getting out, but he tried to send that to Elizabeth, and she's on Earth, so... Server, send failure. Unable to link to orbital communications satellite, please contact IT Systems Administration code 504. I wonder if I'll need to remember that, code 504, get a message to Earth. I honestly have expected Betruger to kill that email himself, so...
This is the audio log of Dr. Pierce Rogers.
Good luck,
I
Pierce.
don't know if I'll make it off the base alive. I don't have much time, so I'll sum up what I have quickly and upload the rest of my finding into the databank. I hope someone finds them. It was all on the stone tablets, all the answers. I can't believe we never saw it. It was as plain as day. If we had only slowed down the development of the teleporters and tried to really learn what the tablets were trying to tell us, trying to warn us. The ancient people battle the same demons that are attacking us now. The demons came through the teleporters that they built, just like now. They created the Soul Cube and used it to stop the demons. That is what to find if something like that ever happens again. I can't reach Delta from here. To hope and pray someone finds the Soul Cube. And it helps. Lord help us. End of log. This is the audio log of Dr. Pierce Rogers. I don't know if I'll make it off the base alive. I don't have much time, so I'll sum up what I have quickly and upload the rest of my finding into the databank. I hope someone finds them. It was all on the stone tablets, all the answers. I can't believe we never saw it. It was as plain as day. If we had only slowed down the development of the teleporters and tried to really learn what the tablets were trying to tell us, trying to warn us. The ancient people battle the same demons that are attacking us now. The demons came through the teleporters that they built, just like now. I don't know how, but that must be the answer. That is why that artifact was left behind, left for someone to find if something like that ever happens again. I can't reach Delta from here. I won't make it. I truly hope and pray someone finds the Soul Cube. And it helps. Lord help us. End of log.
So is all this just a big circle that I went in? Well, can't go this way. That's probably the only health station in this entire facility that I'm going to leave unused. At 100% too. Pretty sure I took 10% from that. That sounded like traits. Nope. See him. Pumbaa, where's the grub? Ah. Why don't you come down there? Ew. The elevator is still working, so... Doesn't look like any places where something could jump out at me, so... Am I seriously still maxed out on the chain gun? Let's go down to maintenance. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No way I'm going in there. It's gross. Walker would do it. Walker probably has done it. Alright. Don't touch the walls. Don't get any on your hands. Firewall. How did he... "49 times we fought that beast." Their old man and me. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh well. Come on, teleport in. I'm not letting there be any more opposition stand in my way. If I was a scalpel before cutting through this place, you can now consider me a battering ram. The precision of a scalpel. Oh, yes. Yeah, baby. I'll definitely be maxed out. Wow, what a view. Unlock Site 3 freight loader.
Cavern's entrance unlocked. Freight loader returning to station.
That's how I get in. Now which way do I go? Can't go back that way. Great job, Link. You probably just basically locked yourself out. Or not. What the hell's happening? Huh. Showing me the way, eh? Well, I need to go down, so let's go down. Great. Fucking die. Right. Hate those guys. I hate them so much.
Cavern's entrance unlocked. Freight loader returning to station.
Feed me, Seymour. Mean green mothers from outer space. Thank you. Very generous. so weird how it expands like that. Oh. Oh. You know, somehow I knew we would basically be coming here ever since we saw that friggin' imp. Oh, we went up that elevator, so I doubt we're going there again. Unless... Nah, it only goes to 2 places. Just might as well check. Yep, only to 2 places. All the excitement is over on the circuits of my counterpart here. If you don't mind, I'd like to take him down to maintenance. Alright. Hopefully I should... Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick check around. Because I probably am gonna have to go to maintenance.
This device was wielded by
Pierce, he's still alright.
Our researchers are still analyzing a recently found hidden section of the 4th zone and some related fragments.
I don't get it. Where the hell is the monitor?
It indicates
Where's the video disc? Or the garage. Yep. I guess I better watch for that because I'm pretty sure that's a hazard. Where's the opposition? Cells. Am I maxed out? I'm still maxed out. Though I don't get why he can only carry 500 cells at a time, though. Here we go. We're heading to the archaeological dig site. There's one more opening. The entrance to the archaeological dig. Got 4 minutes. And yep, this is totally the entrance to the archaeological dig, which means that I am about to be walking into a hell of a lot of fighting. So I actually think it's better that we actually cut the game here. So yeah, especially since we pretty much have gone through like 2 sections already, so basically speaking, the game is winding down to its final areas, guys. We made it to Site 3. Now all we have to do, we've got to make it through Site 3, of course. Then we got to make it through the caverns, Area 1 and 2. And when we reach the primary excavation site, that is where we will find the mouth of hell. Also known as the Leviathan, so... Anyways, I cannot believe that this game, it's only taken me like a few days to get through it. I remember basically like how long this game was the first time I played it, and every single time I thought I was winding towards the conclusion, it kept going on and on and on. But I am determined. I want to finish this game up tonight, so that basically like I'll be able to clear out the rest of my weekend and be able to do something else. So, in the meantime, hope if you guys like this video, please leave a comment on the comment section below. Share, like, and share with your friends. If you want to keep up to date with the final few episodes of Doom 3 coming at you in the future, then be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.